Welcome everybody to our webinar Wednesday on student resources at Mount St. Mary's University. My name is Grant Henry. I'm one of the assistant directors of admissions here at Mount St. Mary's University, and I have the pleasure of being joined by some awesome colleagues from around the Mount to talk to you guys all about the resources that Mount St. Mary's University has to offer you when you come to campus throughout your college search. Today we're joined by a few awesome colleagues. I'm going to let them introduce themselves. And Captain Carol McIntosh, you are the first one to my right, so I'm going to start with you.
I'm Captain Carol McIntosh with the Department of Public Safety.
Excellent. And then do you want to talk a little bit about public safety here?
Sure, I can do that. We're responsible, the whole department, for the safety and security of all the students, visitors, and employees at the Mount. We provide a safe and secure and orderly environment where you can feel at home, study, have fun, and feel safe. Open 24/7, we're always here. Patrol officers and dispatchers are on duty during breaks and holidays. Middle of the night, we're out walking around, we're going through your resident hall. Make sure everything's good. We have a lot of services that we offer. Some of those include blue light emergency phones around campus, where you walk up to the phone, push a button, it goes directly to dispatch. We have cameras throughout the campus in places where students congregate, places like where they walk around. We monitor those at dispatch. We offer free escorts, lockouts if you lock your keys in your room or car. Help you with jump starts, changing tires, do welfare checks. If you have a friend that's not feeling well, give us a call, we'll come check on them. We also do parking registrations. If you're going to bring a vehicle to campus, that is free. We'll register your car. We provide a shuttle to BWI and the train station at the beginning of the school year, during breaks, and at the end of the school year. So getting from the airport or the train station is not that big of a deal. You just contact us. We're also the first responders for all emergencies on campus, such as medicals, fire alarms. And we do have a mass alert system for emergencies. We call it our Mount Alert system. You'll be automatically signed up for that, and we'll ask you to go in and put your telephone number in for text messages. There's an emergency, we push out a message, and you'll get it immediately.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Captain McIntosh. Gerald, you're the next one over on my right-hand side.
Hi, everyone. My name is Gerald Ruth. I'm the Director of Counseling Services at the Mount. I've been at the Mount for 5 years, so I'm going on to my 6th. Counseling Services at the Mount, what we do is we provide free and confidential mental health and substance abuse treatment services to our students. Primarily within our office, what we do is provide individual counseling to students who might either be dealing with a diagnosed mental health issue like depression or anxiety, a drug or alcohol abuse issue, or general stress relating to being a college student in today's world. And in addition to individually working with students, each semester we also do offer group therapy with students. Sometimes that's more of a peer support group type thing. Sometimes it's more of a therapeutic group that does certain topics. Beyond that, our office, which is open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. during the fall semester and the spring semester, we also accept walk-ins. So if there's a student who's dealing with a crisis or an emergency during business hours, daytime hours during the week, they can always come to our office and seek out help immediately. If there's a counselor available immediately, we'll come and talk to you. And if there's not a counselor available immediately, because we're working with other students, someone will be made available immediately to help out someone who does stop by. During the current situation, our office has tried to do a lot to be flexible in how we deliver services, understanding that some students will prefer to meet with counselor individually, as we have been doing. Some students would prefer remote sessions. So we've actually been providing phone sessions during social distancing when we went to remote learning. So that's something that in the fall semester we're going to offer as well. And our office is comprised not only of me, but we have two other licensed professional counselors, as well as one graduate intern who will be with us for the year. So a total of 4 staff. Over the past few years, our office has grown because the mental health needs of students have grown. And so the university's been great in giving us more resources and support, and we've been translating that into helping more and more students every year. I'll let you all know that each and every year, somewhere between 15 to 17% of the undergraduate student body comes to work with us at some point. So we have seen more students come to us. In general, we see that as a good thing. People are willing to reach out for help when they need it. We're accessible. Again, we're free, and our services are confidential. And so we're here to help. We're here to support however we can. And yeah, that's my spiel.
That's awesome. Thank you, Gerald. I appreciate it. Over to my right is Jess Boyer. Jess, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, thanks, Grant. Hi, my name is Jessica Boyer. I'm the director of the library, and I'm so excited to be with all of you guys today. Thanks for joining us on this Zoom panel. I'm also a Mount alumni myself, so I appreciate all of you as our prospective students. The library has a wide array of resources at your disposal. We have over 150,000 print books here in the library. We also have hundreds of thousands of ebooks and journal articles. So we have a tremendous amount of resources instantly at your disposal. We also have a very robust interlibrary loan program, which means if it's a scholarly book or journal article and we don't happen to own a copy of it, we can get it from another library and they'll send it to the Mount for you to use. And that's a free service that we provide. So essentially, between all of the resources we have currently, plus what we can get through our interlibrary loan, pretty much any scholarly book or article that you would need for any class, we can get it for you. And all of us on staff are really committed to your success. And whenever you get a research paper or you have some sort of assignment and you need some extra help, we would love to sit down and work with you one-on-one to help you with that assignment, whether we meet in person in the library from an appropriate, safe social distance, or we could do a Zoom one-on-one like this. If you go to our library homepage, we have a live chat. So maybe if you're in your dorm room and just want to chat us a quick question, you can do that. And starting this fall, you can even text the library when you have quick questions. So we try to offer as many different ways to get in touch with our librarians as possible so that whatever means of communication is best and most convenient for you, we are happy to meet you there and help you that way. So I look forward to hopefully seeing you on campus. If you're a freshman this fall, I'd love to see you in the library. Or if you're a prospective student, I'd love you to stop by and say hi when you're on a tour, and I'll be happy to show you around the library. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Jess. Maria, you are over on my right hand from Jess, so if you want to introduce yourself.
Okay, hi, I'm Maria Topper. I am purchasing the print shop and the mailroom. As a student, you're probably going to use me more for your packages. Your incoming packages will come to me. We are located in central receiving in the warehouse dock area. Yeah, the dock area, that doesn't sound right. In the physical plant building. When you come in the back gate of Pangborn, if you look to your right, there is a sidewalk leading up. That's where you will come for your packages. You will need your ID. You'll get a notice from us. You can get your mail and your packages there. We also do printing. If you would need a poster, you would come to us. You can do that. Oh, we now have Amazon lockers, so that way you have access to them 24/7. We started out with one group and we're gonna see how it goes. So looks like a lot of kids were already interested in that before the end of the year last year. So, and basically that's it. Oh, when you do your mail, make sure you use your legal name first and last. So nice. There you go.
Nice, awesome. Thank you, Maria. Really appreciate that. Last but certainly not least is Chad Coons. Chad, do you want to introduce yourself and talk more about your department?
Sure. Hi, everybody. My name is Chad. I am a senior at the Mount, and to my right,
hi, I'm Jimmy, and I'll be a junior at the Mount.
And we're the guys that work at the bookstore. So here at the bookstore, this is the place where you get all your Mount gear. This is where we get all your Mount tools for academic success. We have notebooks, we have pencils, we have note cards, we have everything you can think of for your academic success we have here at the bookstore. Also at the bookstore, we have a marketplace for students as well. Here at the Mount, we have all students have access to money known as flex dollars, and your flex dollars can be used in the bookstore on different snacks. We have ramen bowls, we have mac and cheese bowls, anything. If you decide not to have dinner in the cafeteria, you can have dinner here. Also, with your flex money, we have personal care products as far as you need detergent for your laundry, or you need trash bags, or you need some shampoo or conditioner. You have a headache, we have Tylenol. We have anything that you can need as a student available for you here at the bookstore. Also here at the bookstore, we are your place to go for textbooks, obviously. So here at the bookstore for our textbooks, we offer new textbooks, we offer used textbooks. We offer digital textbooks, and with our new and used and digital textbooks, some of them you are allowed to rent. When you rent a textbook, it's usually a little bit cheaper than buying your textbooks. And the cool thing about renting textbooks, what a lot of people don't really know, is when you rent a textbook, you can still write in the book, you can still highlight in the book. We just ask that you don't drop it in a puddle and you don't damage the book. So with textbooks, we have it all here available for you. Also with your textbooks, what was I going to say? Oh, you were going to say that. I'll let you say that.
And then,
Go ahead.
like when we work with the professors to make sure you're getting the right book for your class, and we also do our best to try and get you the cheapest options. So when you can do the rental books sometimes, which are cheaper options, and then also like sometimes a professor might want a hardback book, but we'll say, hey, we have a loose leaf here that can be cheaper for you, and that way you're getting the best price for your books. And we also do price matching through Amazon. So if books are sold and shipped through Amazon, we can price match and we'll get you the best deal that we can.
Yeah, and the best way to access us is through the Mount website. You can go to the bookstore, and then you can find everything, all the closed merchandise we have, all the tools you have, all the textbooks you have. We ship it right to your house, and we have Amazon, or not Amazon, we have UPS Express shipping, so it gets to your house within a day or two. And we try to stay on top of things around here when it comes to shipping out to our customers. And that's our spiel.
Awesome, guys. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. I have a few questions here that were pre-arranged for our students who pre-registered for the program. One student asked, what, if any, support do you have for students with ADHD? Is there anyone to help me with my time management? I don't know if, Gerald, you want to answer that first question.
Sure, absolutely. So there are two ends to that. So one, when it comes to ADHD, our counselors can work with students who may be dealing with either ADHD or other types of learning disabilities. Our staff is trained to be able to provide talk therapy and also internal or outside referrals for additional help if needed. Students who deal with ADHD or learning disabilities oftentimes will come to us at some point for support, but will also usually get connected to learning services. And learning services on campus primarily does the academic advising and support with students. They can help with needed accommodations, getting students, again, connected to resources, either on campus or outside of campus, that are helpful. So for someone who may be dealing with ADHD, either as a diagnosis or symptoms once they come to college, counseling services can play a role in supporting that student, but learning services as well, specifically if students need certain accommodations like extra time for testing or certain extensions, or even help with like tutoring, things like that. Within counseling services, I know we provide individual coaching at times or help with time management, but our learning specialists and learning services can also do that as well. So there are kind of two places that you can go for that. Sometimes students will utilize both of our services to try to kind of optimize the support that they are getting. A lot of times when students come in with those kind of concerns, if they go to learning services first, they'll usually wind up to us as well. And then if someone comes to us first, they'll usually also wind up in learning services. And we see a lot of students kind of simultaneously because a lot of times students can benefit from the emotional side and the difficulty that they might be facing in dealing with something like ADHD, but then on the learning services end, actually getting those practical in-hand supports that they can use or accommodations that they need. So those are the two best places to go if you're looking for support in that end.
Awesome. Thanks, Gerald. So we do have a few questions here. One is just a statement from a student who says that they're going to be visiting the Mount this fall on August 4th. They're very excited to see campus and hoping to see the library. So Margaret, I know that there is, we are hosting on-campus visits. At this time, we're currently only showing about five different locations on campus. None of them being the library. However, there's some really awesome videos online. If you're able to check out those videos by going to msmary.edu/visit, you guys can actually see our virtual tour and with virtual tour inside the library. But Jess, do you kind of want to talk about what all, I know that you said about the online and physical resources online for the library, but what else can students see in the library that you guys have to offer?
Something else are our different spaces. We offer a wide range of different types of study spaces based on how best you can study and learn. So the ground floor of the library is actually our quiet zone. So if you are someone that prefers almost total silence to study, you can go down to our ground floor and study there. And we have a lot of individual kind of carrels, individual tables set up so that you can study independently in a quiet environment. If you prefer some more noise, or want to do some group work, our main floor offers that as well as our first floor. So there's options for that as well. We also have computers throughout the building that are hardwired to the Mounts network. So if you need to look something up or need to jump on a laptop quick between classes and don't want to go back to your dorm room, we have a variety of computers you can use. And with that, we have a printing service, so you do not need a printer when you come to campus. Part of your tuition covers your printing costs, and you can actually come to the library and print out any documents you would need for class or in general. The other thing we have is we do have a 24-hour space. So there's a special room in the library that if you need a place to study at 3 a.m. When the library is normally closed and most of campus is closed, you can actually come to this one room in the library. It has its own separate entrance that you can actually swipe into overnight with your student ID card, and you can study in that space as well. And I can drop my email in the chat as well. If anyone has any specific questions about the library or our services, I'll be happy to email with you one-on-one as well.
Awesome, thanks, Jess. We have one question here. Can students sell books back to the bookstore? Chad, I'll defer to you.
Yeah, so absolutely you can sell your books back to the bookstore. Usually that happens when you return your books all around finals week, and then you can bring them on in and we can try to see if they're worth anything, and we'll give you cash right back to you so you can sell your books back. And also related to we were talking about study space and different places to learn. Also with our textbooks, I forgot to mention, we have a thing at the bookstore called Bartleby Homework Solutions. How that works is it's a free trial online, and it helps connected to certain textbooks that you have, and it helps you with your online homework assignment. So I just threw that out there too. I forgot to mention it, but Bartleby Homework Solutions, you feel free to look it up, and it's a great tool for students to use when completing tasks as well.
Awesome, thanks, Chad. I have one question here, actually several questions here on how can students in the class of 2021 apply? So starting on August 1st, you guys are going to be able, which is actually this Saturday, the common application will go live for all seniors, rising seniors starting their senior year. You guys are going to be able to go online through the common application and add the Mount to our common app. For any of you guys who are unfamiliar with the common application, it is the application that you are able to complete a lot of personal information based on mom and dad, what they do, siblings, what you plan to study, extracurricular activities, and then also you're going to be able to fill that out and then choose what colleges or universities that you plan to attend. Applying to the Mount is free on the common application as well. So that's also something to keep in mind. Something to keep in mind for all students, as you guys I see that there are a few questions about the application process. Students who apply on August 1st are not required or will not receive any admissions decision from us. Until we don't start reviewing until like late September. So around September 20th or September or even early October is when our admissions counselors start reviewing applications. This is so that we can set out all of our merit scholarships based on last year's information. It looks like we're going to have 6 different merit scholarship categories this year. ranging anywhere from, these are based off of last year's numbers, but ranging anywhere from $29,000 to $12,000 per year. That's based on the weighted overall GPA and the overall strength of your application, that meaning letters of recommendation, optional essays, as well as the extracurricular activities that you guys indicate in your application itself. So a lot of information there, I know, but if you guys go to msmary.edu/apply, and I'll drop that right here in the chat, you guys can actually learn more about that. I do have a question though, for the bookstore gang here, for you guys. Now, for students who might be looking to study at the Mount, they already get their class list from their professors. Can they order those ahead of time and pick them up, or do they have to get them as soon as they come to campus on move-in day?
That's a great question, Grant. So yeah, usually when they get their schedule and they go to our website, you click on the Find Textbooks link, you enter all your courses, and it generates a list of all the books you need. Then that's when you decide used or new, if you'd like to rent or purchase. The best thing to do, the earlier you get it in, the better it is. And then when you rent it, we'll get your order, we'll fill it, we can ship it directly to your home if you want before you come to campus. Or if it's better for you, we can hold your order right here for you, and then you can pick it up when you get here or the first week of classes or whenever you like, and we'll have it ready for you.
Awesome. Thanks, Chad. I got another question from Nicole. Can I apply with GPS scores, recommendation letters, and essays, but having a low SAT? So that's a great question. Mount St. Mary's University is test optional, so students do have the option to submit their SAT or ACT scores for application review. Our average SAT score is an 1110, average ACT score is a 24. So if you fall into that average of SAT or ACT scores, you guys are more than welcome to opt in to using your SAT or ACT scores. You do not need a standardized test in order to receive merit scholarship, which is what we talked about a little bit earlier. So that's no problem whatsoever. I got a question here again. Are there any emergency phone systems throughout campus in case of emergencies, cameras, etc.? I'll turn this question over to Captain Carol. Carol, you are muted.
There, now y'all can hear me. Sorry about that.
Perfect.
Yes, there are quite a few cameras around campus. I talked about that a little bit before. We have them where the students are generally gathered, such as lounges. We have them at the entrances to the resident halls. Our campus is split by Highway 15, and we have a tunnel that goes underneath Highway 15. We have 4 cameras on that tunnel, one right in the middle and the others at the entrances. As far as emergency phones, there's quite a few throughout the campus. 2 where the freshman, sophomore park and walk back over to the main campus. There are 4 on our walking and running trail that are solar powered. And then throughout the remainder of the campus, it is a button that you push and it goes directly to dispatch.
Awesome. Thank you. That's great. I got a question here from Catherine McElfridge. Is there a physical health center on campus, or do students need to leave campus for those services? Where would you go to find more info on that?
Yeah, so as Director of Counseling Services, I don't work for Health Services, which is a separate office, but physically the offices are actually connected, so I can speak on that. Our Health Services office is run by Frederick Health, which is a health system that's based out of Frederick, Maryland, and they have staff that are on campus from 8:30 to 5 Monday through Friday. They're going to, in this upcoming year, be offering some other options for teletherapy outside of normal hours, in particular just for people who may have concerns relating to COVID, and just trying to make sure that we're beefing up those particular services. But in the office from 8:30 to 5 Monday through Friday, there is a physician's assistant, a medical assistant, as well as someone who works the front desk, and that staffing is at minimum. Counseling services is going to be connected to them. In the past, we did share an office space, but in order to keep the offices more separate, just for safety reasons, counseling services created its own waiting room, which will be utilized starting this fall. So that's brand new, and we're grateful for Physical Plan for setting that up. But health services is a place where students can come to talk to a physician's assistant, and to a healthcare provider, and they deal with most everything that students would need kind of day to day. So they do physicals, they do checkups if someone hasn't been feeling well, a variety of different things, if someone suffers an injury. And because of the fact that they work for Frederick Health, they do have access to referral options, and also Frederick Memorial Hospital, which they're all connected to. So if students have a higher need, something that can't be handled in health services, they're able to make those connections quickly. But there's a lot that they do that we offer in-house that students can access. Some procedures that you get done at health services are free, and that includes some basic checkup things for what you might be dealing with. There are some procedures and things through health services that may have a fee, or insurance may be billed for that. And they'll usually provide a list so that students are aware of what that is. But yeah, we do have health services, and over the past few years, we began this partnership with Frederick Health, and it's gone great because we've increased student access to be able to get healthcare on campus. And so, yeah, so that's a little bit about the health services we offer.
Awesome. Thank you, Gerald. I had a question here from Justin Motzi asking about, asking if you don't take the SAT and you don't submit your scores, does that affect the strength of your application and therefore the amount of merit money that you are eligible for? No, Justin, that is not the case. So if you do not submit your SAT score, that's not going to poorly affect you when it looks time to look at the strength of your overall application. There are other aspects in which you can have a strong application, like extracurricular activities, clubs, activities, sports that you're involved in, classes that you were taking, the curriculum rigor, right? Are you taking AP classes, IB courses? Are you taking dual enrollment courses? Are you challenging yourself in honors classes at your high school? Or are, in your essay, can you tell me a little bit more about yourself, why you want to go to college, why you want to major in what you want to major in, why do you want to go to the Mount specifically? These are all essays that, kind of help you in the way that I can paint a picture of who you are as an applicant. So that's why we talk about that holistic approach. So it's not just the SAT score that's going to help us determine your overall merit scholarship. We're actually going to be looking more towards the weighted overall GPA from your high school transcript. That's a great question. Got a question here. Do students receive notices if they have mail and packages? If so, by cell, by email? Is a mailroom open 6 days a week or just Monday through Friday? Maria Topper, I'm going to defer to you.
Okay, when you receive a package has a tracking number, so it gets scanned into the system and you will receive an email that you have a package. We do not send email for just regular mail at this time. We don't have the capability, and it's not going to have a tracking number, so can't get that. But the email that you get does have the tracking number. So if you get one or you get five, if you get 5 packages, you'll have 5 separate emails telling you have a package. As far as the hours, we're open from Monday through Friday from 11 to 5. That being said, with the packages again, if the Amazon lockers are available, you can have it sent there if that's a possibility, and that is pretty much open 24/7. So that's pretty much it. So
no, that's great. Thanks,
okay.
Maria. Awesome. So I do have a question about how has COVID-19 affected the availability of meals? For example, the dining area, places to eat, serving, and buffets. Buffet style is canceled, y'all. All right, it's canceled at Golden Corral. It's canceled at Ryan's Kitchen. It's canceled at the Mount. What we are doing for when the students come back this fall is that we are going to be offering a lot of different opportunities for students to order their food. This is going to be in a way anywhere from mobile order pickups like you would do for Uber Eats or DoorDash, or even ordering your McDonald's to go, right? Students are going to have the opportunity to see in high definition over our Mount televisions how many students are in the dining hall, because there is only one dining hall on campus. And so if it's too crowded, and what capacity it is when students, and that's used what they call density software. I know, right? Killer name. But through that density software, students are going to be able to see what capacity the dining hall is, if it's too large, maybe what the wait time is on your meals. So you're going to be able to see all of those things through that density software, through our Mount Television program, like through the academic center, through the library, all through the residential halls. There are TVs that will put Mount branding things on them, and that's where you'll be able to see those things. So it has affected it. There's going to be some separate times for students and strict deadlines so that we're able to get students in so that they can eat, and then also sanitize those areas to make sure that students, the number one priority that we have had for students from the moment that we said that we were going to be open is safety. And we want our students to feel safe, and we want them to feel safe and secure on this campus. And that's just a little bit about that, Justin. So thank you for that question. There was a question that said, when is the best time to start applying for scholarships? Nicole, great questions, guys. I love that all of these application questions are coming in here today. But you guys are able to, 100% of our students who are accepted receive some form of merit scholarship. So there's no good way to start applying for our merit scholarships. When we review a student's application, they're automatically considered. So even if you apply early action through November 1st, or you apply by our rolling admission deadline of March 1st, you're still going to be considered for some form of merit scholarship at the Mount. Great question. Is there an ATM in the bookstore or in the dining hall? Chad, outside of your office, is there a ATM?
Yes, so not physically in the bookstore is there an ATM, but if you walk straight out our front door and you just walk straight probably about 20 feet, and you go out the other side of the doors, there is an ATM available for students right there.
And there's also one available across 15 at the Arc on the second story.
Yeah.
And they're both PNC bank ATMs, so you can deposit money and withdraw money from.
Awesome, guys. Thank you. So I don't see too many more questions popping up here in the chat function. So I do want to go around for you guys with one last question: is what piece of advice would you give to an incoming student as they're beginning their college search process? And Chad, because you guys are on speaker view, I'll let you guys answer that.
All right, so my best advice with college in general is that when you apply to a college and you visit a college, you got to make sure that you feel it out, kind of absorb everything about college. And then once you get to the college you like, every college, in my opinion, provides tools and resources for students to get involved and be academically and student life successful. But it's up for the students from there on to take that first step and really embed themselves into the system so that they can improve. It's a land of opportunity. You just got to take the first step.
Awesome. Thanks, Chad. Jess, do you want to go next?
Sure. One piece of advice that I have is learn about the classes. I'm not sure if we have some opportunities this fall to maybe virtually sit in on some classes if that's a possibility, but I would recommend trying to sit in on classes or get to learn more about the types of classes that are being offered, because that was a big factor in my decision.
Awesome. Thanks, Jess. Gerald, you're right below me. Gerald, you want to go next?
Sure. I guess the number one thing would be do your best to be open to new experiences. Years of being a counselor and as a human have kind of taught me that our brain is always searching for the right answer, whether it's where to go to college, what to major in, what job to get. And the reality is a lot of whatever you choose is going to be what you make of it. And if you're open to new experiences and opportunities that come your way, you're going to feel a lot more full and a lot richer than maybe you would expect. And so as things come along, like even the opportunity to join us to talk today, just the fact that you all have been open to come and do that, I think is a step in the right direction. So just stay open and stay flexible.
Awesome. Love that. Thank you. Captain Carroll.
Piece of advice that I have, and this comes from talking to students who are on campus, and it's actually twofold. don't be scared. Everybody who comes to this campus, it's a new experience. They're just as scared to step out into something new and make friends as you are. So that's an important thing to do. Second, if you find yourself in academic problems, we have so many services on this campus through learning services, peer tutors that are free. You don't have to pay for them. Make use of them.
Awesome. Thank you. Maria, would you like to ask a question? Or would you like to offer a piece of advice? Sorry about that, guys.
My advice as a Mount alum, also when you're looking at colleges, be open. You don't always know what you want to be when you're coming in as a freshman, but we offer a lot of choices, and then a lot of times you find what you want to do. Just because we offer, like with the liberal arts education, you get a variety of things. So just be open to any possibility. Don't, and if you change your mind after the first year, that's fine. Just, just go with it. So I have a lot of nieces and nephews, so I know this too. So.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you, guys. My only piece of advice, guys, is to actually what echoes a lot of our panelists here today is just to be open, right? Especially in a world now where a lot of this stuff is going to be virtual. A lot of this stuff is going to be more hands-on. It's going to take a little bit more time because you want to get in contact with the right people. You have resources on this campus and you have people on this campus that are ready to see you succeed in whatever way that's going to be. And so take advantage of that. Be open to everything. I've never experienced a global pandemic before. I've read about it, but along the way we're all still learning too. So be open and be ready. I mean, it's so fun to do this sort of thing, and this college search is going to be even more fun because you're going to have an experience that's totally different from everybody else. So I always like to finish my webinars, folks, with a big, loud, and proud go Mount. So we can count down on the count of 3, and we can do this all together. If you guys want to unmute yourselves, that's awesome. All right, so on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, go Mount!
Go Mount!
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Take care.